Hey Stampers, welcome to Brandy's Cards. So today I'm going to show you the new Stamparatus, the Stampin Up Stamparatus. So I had a team meeting not too long ago and I typed up a few features and benefits of this product and how much I absolutely love it. So I wanted to, people have asked me, that's kind of a funny name. Well, the word stamp means to impress a pattern or a mark on a surface or object, right? It's a stamp. And the word apparatus, well, that means a technical equipment or machinery needed for a particular activity or purpose. Stamp plus apparatus is a Stamparatus. So that's where we got the name. We're super excited about this product, and I know that you will too. What is a Stamparatus? Well, it's a tool that you can use for perfect placement, perfect alignment of your stamps. And as time goes on, you're going to get tricky with it and you're going to be able to do a lot of other things as well. So I'm really excited to show you this product, and I'm also going to make a card with it for you today. But first, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about how awesome this thing is. So when you get your Stamparatus, this is what it's going to look like. It's going to come straight out of the box just like this. And you do have some directions that you can have a look at, just kind of, how to clean it, how to put it together, that sort of thing. So you do have those. Now, one of the greatest things about our placement tool is the fact that it comes with 2 acrylic plates. That's going to give you the opportunity for 4 different stamps. So this is one of the things that I absolutely love. Now, this is how it works. You'll see that we've got these hinges here on the top and hinges here on the side. It is absolutely fantastic. You hold it straight up, pop it into the hinge, and you can go back and forth with this guy. So it's really fantastic. You can put a stamp here, and then you can say, okay, I'm going to take it out, and I'm going to flip it around, and now I'm going to stick it back in the hinge, and you can put another stamp here, and you've got another surface. Now, only that, we've got a whole nother plate to do the exact same thing with the top hinge. So it just lends itself to so much flexibility having the 2 plates. I absolutely love it. Now, one thing I do want to point out is that it comes with its own foam rubber mat. So you'll see here that the actual Stamparatus itself is it's beautiful. It's got your grid on here so you can see your inches and so forth. So it's just really, really nice. Really nice, smooth, flat surface. And when you're stamping with a rubber stamp, you're going to stamp on this surface. When you're stamping with a photopolymer stamp, now remember, photopolymer is completely see-through, you're going to use a foam mat. Our photopolymer stamps tend to stamp a little bit better when you put them on top of a foam mat or maybe a magazine or something like that. So that is why that comes with that. Now let me show you on the back side of your Stamparatus. It is a magnetic plate. It does come with 2 magnets, do come with the Stamparatus. Now I only have one, I think I forgot one, but I apologize for that. But there's actually 2 and they fit right down here like this. One thing I do want to point out is the magnets are super duper strong. So if you get them too close, they will share love and they could break. So try to keep them apart. They're just really strong. And somebody said, well, why do we need them so strong? Well, you certainly want your paper to hold on top, and it's got to go through this full mat as well. And of course your cardstock. So that's why we want them strong. We don't want them to move around. Now, my magnet, when you get your magnet, it's going to be silver, just 1 silver bar. You'll have 2 of them. They fit perfectly here in these little slots. That's where they're supposed to be stored. I actually took and wrapped duct tape around mine, and I left some sort of flaps on the back. The reason is because when you start stamping, you're going to like the fact that you can just use your little tab to pull it right up. Fantastic. It's so much nicer than trying to get in underneath it and pull it up. So anyway, you might want to consider putting some duct tape. I tried washi tape. Washi tape is super pretty, super awesome. But after my team event and there was, several ladies using it, my washi tape ripped a little bit. So that's okay. I just took it off, but rather than putting more washi tape, I just went ahead and grabbed some, hardy, some duct tape. So worked perfectly. All right, so that is the Stamparatus in a nutshell. Once you get your hands on it, you're gonna absolutely fall in love, I promise you. If you've got shaky hands or any of those types of issues where you kind of rock and get little sploogies, you're gonna just really love it. And I honestly had never used a placement tool before, and I am in love with our Stamparatus. So I'm excited to show you exactly how it works. And we're gonna make one card today, but I'm gonna show you lots of cards and projects down the road that you can make as well. All right, so today we're gonna use the Hello Friends stamp set. It is in the Stampin' Up! Annual Catalog. And I really like this set. We're gonna use the word hello today, and this is the card that we're gonna make. See that? So right here in the background, this is the fun image from the Hello Friends stamp set right here. And there's your hello, and then I stamped it right on top of each other. Now, as you know, if you were to do this without the Stamparatus, it would be super hard, maybe a little crooked, maybe not perfectly even. So I'm gonna show you how with a Stamparatus that you can make such, amazing placement and alignment, with ease, really. So here we go. We're gonna need our red rubber hello. And with red rubber, okay, here's a little test for you. Do we use our foam mat? No, we don't. That's for photopolymer. So we're gonna just set that aside. All right, so we've got our foam mat. What colors am I using today? That's important. I'm using Pool Party, Island Indigo, and a bit of Dapper Denim. That's the colors I'm using. The cardstock I'm using today is Island Indigo and Whisper White, so super easy. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tuck my Whisper White cardstock right here in the corner of my Stamparatus. I'm gonna use my magnet to hold it in place. Today I'm only gonna use one of my plates, but again, I'll have more videos for you in the future where I'll show you both plates. But today I'm just gonna use one. I have my red rubber hello. I'm gonna set it right here and figure out where I wanna place it. Now, of course, you've got your grid lines on your Stamparatus, so you can use those to kind of get it straight, get it aligned exactly how you'd like it. Now, the beauty of this, the hinge works great. You can flip it right over and just give it a little push, and now you have contact. How cool is that? So now it's stuck to your Stamparatus and you can start to make magic. So here is Pool Party. I'm gonna ink up my hello. And one thing that, after playing with it and after all of, my team playing with it, everybody said, wow, it's just so sturdy and it just feels so good. So you'll really like how it feels. So after I inked it up, now I'm gonna flip it over and I'm just gonna give it a little push, okay? And there you have it, I have hello. Now the beauty of this thing is you'll notice all the different hinges. So we're gonna ink it back up again. There we go, we've inked it back up. I'm gonna pull it back out, move it down one space, and push it down again. And now I have it again, it's perfectly placed. I mean, it's amazing. So let's go ahead and ink it up again. And we're gonna pull it right out. Now when you pull it out of the hinge, you wanna bring it straight up, pull it straight out, stick it straight back in. Now you can ink it up after you move it. It doesn't really matter. I just inked it up before. I'm gonna push it down. Oh no, so maybe it didn't stamp as well. Well, the beauty of the Stamparatus is we can just ink it back up. Not to worry. There is no worrying on this, because it's perfectly placed and now you have a darker color. So you can create that gradation, or that ombre look like you like. So it's just really cool. So here we go. We've got two more hellos to achieve our card here. And we'll give it a little push. And we have another hello. And I kind of like it a little bit darker. So I'm gonna go in and just ink it back up with a bit more Pool Party and place it right back on top. I mean, how cool is that? I just love it. Love it, love it, love it. So I just pulled it out of the hinge and I'm gonna open it back up, use my Pool Party and ink it, set that back up there, and one more time, a little push. And so there you have it. Now what we're gonna do is let's just say, well, you know, I want to change up some colors. So I'm going to use Island Indigo, and I'm going to ink up my stamp in Island Indigo, and I'm going to go ahead and leave it exactly where it's at. And I'm just going to press it down right on top of the pool party. And now I have a beautiful hello on the bottom. Now, you could also take and I'm going to go ahead and ink it up one more time because I can see that it might need a little bit more. But what you could do is you could ink it up, right, and use a sponge and maybe bring some of the color off, so that way when you stamp it, you kind of have that pool party underneath and maybe not as concentrated of an Island Indigo. So you kind of get that ombre look. It's really fun. So as you can see here, I just pulled up my hinge, my plate, pulled it out. I went up to my third hello, and I'm going to stamp back on top of that one. Perfect. And I just love, love, love how sometimes the color from the pool party comes up through. It's really cool. So we're back straight. We're going to pull it out, go up to the very top, and stamp it one more time. And sometimes, you know, you just, for good measure, you might want to get back in there and ink it back up and stamp it again. You know, just make sure that it's inked up really good and that you like the image that you're getting. Okay, so that is it. So I'm going to go ahead and pull off my magnet, and the beauty of that is I have my little tabs, which I love. They're very, very helpful. Now, how do you clean this thing? What happens if you get it dirty? What happens if you use your archival black and you leave like marks or mementos? Well, that's a good question. So Stampin' Up! Is recommending a mild soap, maybe a Dawn soap or a very mild soap. You can also use your Stampin' Mist. We sell our Stampin' Mist cleaner, so that's available too. They don't recommend any harsh chemicals, any alcohol, or hand sanitizer also has alcohol. So I've heard some different ways of cleaning it. So just be careful because you shouldn't use a harsh chemical on your Stamparatus. This thing is just too awesome. You wouldn't want to damage it or have anything happen, okay? Now, speaking of cleaning it, one thing that has happened to me quite a few times actually is I leave my card right here and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna and spritz it. And what happens is I end up like basically spreading sparkles over, not sparkles I should say, but like ink over my card, and it just makes me a little cranky because I'm like, I didn't expect speckles. So what I recommend is just taking it straight up, taking it off, taking it to the sink and rinsing it off, or you can just do a little spritz on it with your Stampin' Mist and maybe just dab it with a paper towel. Now, you know, you just got to be careful sometimes with paper towel or sometimes with a baby wipe or something like that. You're going to get fibers on there. So I wouldn't do a rub. I would just, you know, easily just dab it off. Now, again, you could also just go to the sink and just rinse it off very, very easily. All right, so that is it for the Stamparatus today. I'm going to go ahead and take my hello back off, and I'm going to show you exactly how you should store it. So you have your base plate, right? And then the first thing I would do is make sure that you take your magnets and put them in the nice little place here in the back. Very important. We don't want to lose those. Now what you want to do is you want to go ahead and put your foam mat so you don't lose that. And Stampin' Up! Recommends you don't want to close your Stamparatus like this and then put the top plate and close it like that. It's not actually going to close. See this here? Let me turn it to the side so you can see. So make sure that you don't do that and force it because you're going to break it, and we don't want that to happen. So they recommend when you put away the Stamparatus, you take the plates out and you set them like this with your hinge down here. Set it like this with the other hinge here, and now you have a nice stacked Stamparatus that you can put away. Okay? All right, so now let's move on to making our fun hello card. I love this card, and I love the fact that it says friend on it. So you can say, hello friend, and I already have a couple of people in mind that I'm excited to send this to. So now what I'm going to do is I've got my hellos. I like to rip cardstock towards myself. You know, I kind of like a rough edge. I think it looks super cool. So I'm going to just kind of rough up my little edges here turn my cardstock, and I use my thumb to kind of guide as I tear, you know, so it doesn't get too unruly and go in the wrong direction. I've had that happen too. So I'm going to just, again, use my thumb and kind of push up those edges because that's what I really like. I have some multi-purpose adhesive here. I'm going to take that and just put a wee bit here behind my, my cardstock. And then I'm going to add it to the Island Indigo. I'm going to go ahead and put it right in the center. And the reason that I'm going to put it in the center is because I want to use my torn edge to tear the edge again of Island Indigo. So it was just, it's a lot easier than measuring it out. And you need enough, you know, you need enough of an edge that you can tear it easily with your fingers. Because sometimes if you don't leave enough, it's kind of hard to get in there. Trust me, I've done it before. So now if you're new to Brandy's Cards or if you're just visiting, don't forget, I wanted to let you know that all of the sizes and dimensions will be on brandyscards.com. And if you don't see it right on the front of the blog, that's okay. Just type in keywords such as hello friend, that's the stamp set. You can type in Stamparatus because we talked a lot about that today. So I'm going to put that in the keywords. So you can find it there. Also, you know, if you can't find it, you can just send me an email through the contact on Brandy's Cards, and I'll be more than happy to send you an email with the link, okay? So now I have my hello, and it's on my Island Indigo, and I think it looks fantastic. So I'm gonna take, now you can do one of two things. You could put Stampin' Dimensionals behind here, or you can just put multi-purpose adhesive. But what I'm gonna do is I have my silver metallic string, and I'm gonna wrap that around twice. And I really liked it around this, this second, actually I liked it around the third hello, I should say. I thought it just looked really nice there. Kind of broke up the card a little bit. I'm gonna tie a decorative bow right here on the right-hand side. And I'm going to just tie this bow really quickly. There it is, pretty. And so I like to kind of, you know, sometimes they get a little unruly, so you might have to shape it a little bit and give it a haircut too, because they, you know, I sometimes get a little bit long with them too. But we can go ahead and do that at the end. So now what I'm going to do is flip it over, and I'm going to add my Stampin' Dimensionals to the back of my card, or my hello image. I'm going to put a couple extra down the middle, and I'm only doing that because I just want to make sure that it is that it's all going to stay secure and not bow in the middle or anything like that. Now before I actually put that down, I think I'm going to go ahead and stamp this background. I like the background stamped. So this is the kind of fun image that's out of the stamp set. So I'm going to ink this up, and remember the center of your card you're not even going to see. So I'm going to focus on the long edges, and I am not going to worry about lining these images up either. So that was something that came up at my my team event. They were like, well, how do you line this stamp up? You know, it's the hello is so pretty, and that's your focus. So I don't think you need to worry so much about lining this stamp up, okay? But that is just my opinion. You can do it however you would like. But as you see here, I left the whole center unstamped. Now I'm going to go ahead and take my hello that I've already prepared. Make sure the top and the bottom are flush. And I'm going to stick it down. And there we have it. Oh my gosh, I really like this card, and it's so easy to do. So now I have the word friend. I'm going to use Dapper Denim only because I feel like the Dapper Denim is just a little bit darker, and I liked that. It was a little bit contrasty from the Island Indigo in the pool party. So you could do one of two things. You could cut yourself a strip of Whisper White cardstock, and already have it the right, you know, size. But what I did is, it's not that big of a word, so I just carefully cut up the top and up from the bottom, and I just made my own banner. And I'm gonna just snip the end here. And when I made my banner, I just cut up the middle, and then I went on each side and cut towards the middle, and it just made kind of a nice banner. Now, if it's not straight enough for you, you can always go in here and just make it a little straighter. Sometimes it might take an extra snip or two, but it's not too bad. So I'm going to add a Stampin' Dimensional behind it. You know, if you have, you know, you could certainly punch a hole and make your banner a little longer and punch a hole in it, and you could weave, not necessarily weave, but you could put your silver metallic thread through it. But you know, my twine, but you know, I find that it's honestly just as easy to just stick it down without that on there. So I'm just going to go ahead and stick it right there. Perfect. Okay, and so let's go ahead and trim our little ribbon here. And I'm going to make it just a wee bit shorter, I think. Those are a little bit long. Okay. All right, so we have our fun hello card. Super fun, super easy to do. I have a couple different things here. I have the silver metallic enamel shapes, which I really like the stars on there. But I also have jewel rhinestones. Those look super cute too. So you can either use jewel rhinestones or you can use these metallic stars, whatever you like. It's entirely up to you. So, you know, since you know, I've already got one here in the stars, let's go ahead and use our gems and just add those to our card for some bit of a sparkle. And I have one more to add, and let's put it right there. Perfect. Okay, so we are all done. And let me show you, I've done this card also in kind of sweet, like a sugar plum and a rich raspberry and a berry burst. I just threw all kinds of colors in there. So this is it. And on this one, I also put the silver enamel shapes, the stars, which I love. And I did the exact same thing, but I kind of did more of sort of an ombre or gradation. You know, kind of went the lightest to the darkest and then on to the very, I think this might even be fresh fig down here. So it just was a lot of fun to do, and I was enjoying using my Stamparatus. I could totally do this in a lot of other colors too. Super fun, super easy. So I just want to thank you so much for stopping by Brandy's Cards. I hope that you enjoyed my tutorial today. I hope that you are excited about the Stamparatus. It will be available June 1st of 2018. So that is super exciting for demonstrators, for customers. We are just so thrilled to be able to bring you such a neat placement tool that you are going to find is a must-have in your craft room. Now, if you are new to Brandy's Cards and you don't already have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I'd love the opportunity to help you and earn your business. Just send me an email. I'll send you some catalogs right away. And for my current customers, I love y'all too, and I really appreciate your business, and let me know if you have any questions. If you like my projects and tutorials and you would like some more of those, check out my Stamp Club. Just go to brandyscards.com, and in the top navigation bar, click on Stamp Club. So in my Stamp Club, I'm going to be I offer more projects, more tutorials, some Prize Patrol giveaways. So we do giveaways each month. We've got a fun Facebook page where I'm going to be sharing some Facebook Lives and things like that. So it's just, you know, another place to get some more ideas and inspiration. So thanks so much for stopping by, and I hope you have a blessed day. Bye.